Welcome back once again to all my junior chess masters. I want to show you before we get into our video today just some more functionality of how to use chess.com and a little opportunity to reflect on how much some of you have improved, which is really good. So I just want to emphasize first, as I usually say, I don't want anyone to feel too much pressure about playing chess just to get a high score. I think if you focus too much on that, you often won't enjoy it as much. It's good to focus purely on enjoying it and trying to improve. And then naturally, I think you'll get better. But on chess.com, you do have a score and you can quantify, or you can put a number on your performance. So to do that, I'll show you how we get into it, but I can look at mine, and it reflects a little secret with chess about age differences. Now, as you'll notice, I've said in a lot of classes before, a lot of the grandmasters of the world are in their 20s. Usually past people's 20s, the secret is they don't improve too much. So unlike you guys, you've got years and years of improving until lots of you are hopefully way better than me, and then most of us will sort of plateau. So if I look here on my statistics, I can look at all the different types of playing, the different time frames. I like playing daily, so if I look back to 2013, here's a secret: I've barely improved much. So a lot of you have got lots of improving to do until then, and I can see my scores stayed about the same, and I could be disappointed and say, look, I once nearly reached 1750, but I don't look at this much. I try and just enjoy chess. You can also see a percentile compared to everyone else, how you perform. But it's just good to see if you are improving, a little bit of encouragement. So I just want to reflect and show you how to go into this. So if I click on one of the players, if you've got a friend in the club, I can click on them. I can go over here to stats, and then I can choose what I want to see. I can see if Rinder's been doing puzzles, or I could look at blitz, for example, or I can look at rapid. And so let's say we're looking at blitz. I can change the time frame here. We don't want to look at 30 days. That won't show us much. So if I want to see here, how's Rinder been going? Wonderful to see. Pretty steady improvement, probably because we've been doing lots of practice. And I know Rinder's been doing extra practice, but we've all been doing weekly practice. So for a lot of you, scores will keep going up, hopefully past 1,000. I can look at some other people. Diamond Dog's been doing really good. Look, he started in April, and since then, steady increases. Now, a lot of us will probably find if you're learning a language, or you're learning a handstand, or you're learning chess, you often get a plateau. You often stay pretty similar for a long time. I've had this before, learning languages or playing chess, and it feels like, am I ever going to improve? When's it going to happen? But here's the evidence for you. Have a look. Scores stay pretty flat for a while until people often change something or do some study or have a little breakthrough, and then they come up again. It happens a lot. So if you feel like you're at a plateau, just keep going. You will make improvements. J4 also, wonderful improvements, going up and up in little bounds after each sort of plateau. So you can look at that. That's sort of cool. And seeing as I played on last week's tournament, I thought it might be extra exciting to look at the couple of interesting games I had, which, if you're watching, you'll know I nearly got beaten. Let's look first at the game I had with J4. Now, as I've mentioned, some people play way better on a certain time frame. Some people like playing slow, careful games. Some people like rushed, adrenaline, fast games. One of the top players I used to teach, who's now probably better than me, he likes to play 10-second games. So he's been challenging me to 10-second games, and I really don't like 10-second games. But you'll find what you're better at and what you're not so good at. Personally, my favorite is sort of 3-minute games or really long games. So I started off, I was thinking at the start of the tournament, I don't want to make it too hard for some kids. So I sort of had my music on, and I did exactly what I've told all my students never to do. You don't want to be lying around, listening to music, getting distracted. And that's what I did at the start of this game, which probably leads to a mistake. So this is the game I had with J4, which was super exciting. And I want to just say J4 did so well, I think he really deserved to win the game. Really well. And he's been improving a lot, so good work. I opened with the queen pawn. I've studied my opening. I like to usually do my London opening, so that's my favorite. And here, what's really good is I was thinking, if I see a good player do a sacrifice at the beginning, it's often because they're setting up a trap. If someone's rated about 1,000 or higher, they might have done some study and they might be trying to trap you. So that's possible. And I thought, though, J4 probably hasn't done any study. He probably hasn't studied a tricky opening. So I thought, I'll take that and I won't watch out for a tricky trap. And usually people try and get you to open all your pawns and then they can attack the king. So if I open this pawn, the king gets pretty open and traps can happen. So I defended my pawn. I thought it'll be all right. And I'm defending my pawn again. We have a swap. And now my pawns are in a bit of a bad position. But I've got a bit of control in the middle. And I thought, this doesn't matter much. I can give away this pawn. I'm up a pawn. Or I can defend it. So I decided to be a bit greedy and hang on and bring my bishop out. And now, I think, J4 studied this as a trap. Again, you can look on YouTube at traps and tricks in the opening. And I was still being lazy, sitting there with my music on, thinking, it won't be too tough a game, and bang. J4 got a really big advantage at the beginning here. And I still didn't realize that I was in much trouble. I still wasn't paying much attention. And I did another silly move. Stop and look at the situation here. Why is white in trouble? There's a fork. How many pieces is the queen attacking? 1. Check. And 3. 1, 2, 3 pieces under attack. Pause the video if you want to see what you think is the best move that white can do to get in the minimum trouble, to lose the least amount of pieces possible. And I didn't do that. I was still a bit careless. I did a silly move. I thought, I don't want the queen. I just saw this. I don't want the queen coming in here and attacking my pawn. But I could have saved my castle after that. So I could still bring the bishop back and then move the knight out. But I was a bit lazy here. And I gave up my bishop. So here we are at the beginning of the game. I was down a major piece. And so if you're down a major piece at the beginning, if I was playing someone the same level as me, I might give up the game now. It's a big difference to lose a major piece at the start of the game. It could be a boring game and black could win easily. So I really had to turn off my music now, sit up straight, which is what you always should be doing if you want to win your game and play your best. And I was hoping J4 will make a mistake. But I want to say J4 played so well, I can't see any major mistakes that he made while I was playing. So I didn't get any chance to easily win back a piece for a long time until there was an eventual mistake. Let's have a look. I attacked the queen to chase the queen away. Queen ran back. I want to try and open up. At least I've got more pieces out, so I'm trying to get to castle first. Attacking the queen, chasing the queen around. Queen moves to safety. And as you know, if you keep chasing the queen around, it often lets you develop faster. So I'm trying to develop a bit faster. And he's got that pawn back as well, and my pawns are in a pretty bad structure with a pawn island here. Remember, if you're up on pieces now, especially if someone's a good player, what you'd want to do as black is swap off as many pieces as you can, so there's no opportunity for white to pull out any tricks, which J4 does really well. Doesn't give me any opportunities. I'm moving my bishop back, and very good, he's gone for a swap. That's the idea. This black king hasn't castled though, so I was hoping to get an attack on the king. As you can see here, I was hoping to come in here with my queen. And I was sort of thinking that's already checkmate, but it's not quite because the king can move over. Knight comes out and blocks, well spotted. And I'm putting more pressure up here. J4 wants to castle. I'm attacking the queen, offering a swap, because now I'm thinking about moving my queen up. And I hadn't really thought it through. I thought that looks like big trouble for black, but it's not actually checkmate. So queen came over, good move. So I brought the horse back. I could otherwise swap, but as we know, we don't want to swap when we have less pieces. I'm just hoping I can make it a long game now. And if you watched, I was moving really slowly and carefully. I didn't want to move fast and make a mistake. I couldn't afford another mistake. The knight comes back. Free pawn over here. And the queen can't take much else, so I didn't mind the queen coming in here. And I put more pressure on this knight, and this is a mistake, because I don't want to swap. I could swap. And good idea, J4 gets the swap. I don't have many pieces left now. So I thought this looks like big trouble, but it doesn't really go anywhere. I can make the king move, so we've got to check. King moves, but black is now up 2 pieces. And all I could get back, is a pawn for that, except it's protected, of course, by the queen. So I'm 2 pieces down, and at this point I thought, I'm probably going to lose the game, but I'm going to play on, and hopefully he makes a mistake. I bring the queen back. I'm 2 major pieces down. And good idea. The king needs somewhere safe to go. This is the next logical piece to develop. I chase the queen away. He offers a swap. Very good. If I swap at this point, I don't think there'll be much opportunity for me to make a comeback. So I run away. Black queen's under attack. Black queen runs away. I have to defend this pawn now. And I've only got 1 defender, but at least if the knight comes in, I will have a pin. So now, as I hope you all know, when we've got a pin, I want to try and find another piece to attack the pinned piece because it can't run away. But as you can see, I don't have any other pieces really that can come and attack that knight. So that was a bit of a problem. So I was hoping to bring the other rook across. And very sneaky idea. J4 is planning a revealed attack. And as you can see, I'm already down to 3 minutes because I've got less pieces and I have to double check everything to not make another mistake. So I'm a bit tight on time. J4's still got 6 minutes. And the knight gets protected. And I know I told you all not to do this, but I'm in a desperate situation right now. Rare circumstance. Usually we want to keep the defense, but I've decided to open my king. I put pressure on the knight. J4 defends. I chase the castle here. It's not a great move, but I really don't have many options. As you can see, I've got less pieces. He gets the bishop out, which does offer me the rook, but he's attacking my queen first. I need to do something about this. So I have to move the queen. There's not many good squares. I can at least attack this pawn. Good move. J4 defends and attacks at the same time. Lovely move. And the king's under pressure now. Check. And very dangerous. The queen can almost come in near the white. Black queen can almost come in near the white king. So another revealed attack and very sneaky move here. Have a think about this one. Whenever you've got a revealed attack, there's a free opportunity for this piece to take anything. And unfortunately, if, say, my queen was over here, he could get a free queen, but all he can get at the moment is a pawn, but I couldn't afford to lose much more. Not many pieces left, so lovely work. Let's just go back. You want to put this knight anywhere you can, where it will be attacking something next move, and it will be a free piece. So, if it could attack my queen, that would be wonderful, but the best he can get is a pawn, and then a rook. Now I've only got, from here, 3 major pieces left. Big trouble. I've only got 1 minute on the clock. I got the rook instead of the knight. Check. And now I've got 2 major pieces against 4 major pieces and I'm down on pawns. I don't have much time. I have to start moving pretty fast now. And check. I have to run away. Check. J4 defends. And lots of moves here, so I'll just move a little bit quickly. I have to keep running away out of check. And here, that's a lovely move. We have a skewer. Oh, a pin rather. The castle can't move because the king's behind, which means I'm going to now lose the castle and I've barely any pieces left. I'm down to 38 seconds and I'm desperate to do a quick move. So I check and I chase him around with a few checks. Very good move. He blocks, offering the swap. If I swap now, there's no chance left. Check. And I get at least a castle. There's no other good options. I can't move this castle. I'm having a castle here. What would you do now if you're J4? Takes. Check. And I have to run around a bit. And here's a big mistake. J4 had a lot more time than me. Shouldn't have panicked yet. I got a free queen. Now, I've got the queen. I quickly gobble up his pawns. I have to move as fast as I can. And I pre-move, clicking the move before it's my time to move, which doesn't waste any time. I've only got 10 seconds. And we come for a quick electric fence, 9 seconds. And I waited here till 2 seconds to do the lucky last move. We have checkmate. I got super lucky there. I shouldn't have been careless and lost a piece at the start. J4 played really solidly. Congratulations. Deserved to win that one. Didn't give me any opportunities to come back. So really good game. It's good to see J4 improving so much. I'll do the next video of my next game. So watch the next one as well.